Hello and welcome to part 2 of the home load trip here in September. There might be a part 3, I don't know yet. I guess we'll see. But, so for this trip, obviously I just finished delivering on the south side of Atlanta. Pretty glad that I did end up going to that Blue Beacon because I was going north, and my next pickup here is going to be in Cleveland, Tennessee, which is maybe about 30 miles north of Chattanooga up on 75, so not too bad. A little bit of deadhead driving, but that's not an issue. So picking up from the M&M plant down there, and then that is delivering to the Mars Wrigley plant in Joliet that I always go to. So a pretty straightforward, easy trip. It should be a preloaded trailer. Obviously my trailer has been washed out and it looks like it has plenty of fuel, so I should be able to go there and not have any issues. The only thing is, it is currently Monday. I have just about 4 hours on my 70 for today. I get back 9 tomorrow. Obviously I'm not going to make too much progress today. Once I pick up this trailer, I will probably get to the north side of Knoxville. I don't know, maybe into Kentucky. I'm not sure yet. It's not looking too good with my clock and stuff. But then I'm going to go all the way to Cincinnati, cross over to Indianapolis from there, and then up to Chicagoland, which isn't a bad trip. But the problem is that's not going to get me home, so I need to figure out if they want me to swap it or if I'm just going to get home late. Now, as frustrating as it is, realistically, if I get home by Thursday evening, Friday morning, that's not the end of the world. Oh well, it is what it is, you know. So I've already made some of this drive, maybe about an hour of it. Just I had to stop here to get my bearings. Didn't want to stop at Atlanta. So, but on the way here, I called my dispatch a couple times, no answer. So I will try one more time before I get to Cleveland, and then take it from there. I know that, oh, Dylan's trying to figure his shit out. Let's just ignore him, because I know they have caller ID and I know my name pops up and I know that they are tired of dealing with me, so I would not be surprised if they're just straight up ignoring me. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. Gosh. I'm so over it. And I do apologize, this video is probably going to be a little crabby. I'm running into over 4 weeks now, and I can really feel it. And of course I know these super truckers are gonna be like, oh, 4 weeks, that's amateur hour, I stay out for 6 months at a time, or some bullshit like that. And it's like, okay, good for you. I guess I'm not built for it. So apparently there was a bad wreck on 75 North, just north of Chattanooga. It looks a little rough, to say the least. I figured, you know what, I don't have the patience to deal with all this. You know, it's yeah, I guess US 64 would be an okay truck route. I mean, I guess realistically I could take that all the way through to Cleveland, but it's already backed up and all red and everything. And then apparently I just got a notification that they actually closed 75, not just the fact that there's traffic. So, you know, I just made it here right across the Tennessee border to this rest area, so I figured, you know what, I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm gonna go ahead and take a nap. Maybe I'll be a little less pissy and just take it from there. So that is the plan. Hopefully this place isn't too bad. It's one of those parallel parking spots places. Always sucks. So let's take a break and reevaluate how terrible this is. Also, I have no idea what's going on because I still can't get a hold of the dispatch either, so we're doing good here. So it is a couple hours later. Traffic is cleared. I feel slightly better. So it looks like we are good to continue with our trip, pick up the trailer, and then figure out what in the world we're going to do. Still didn't hear back from dispatch or anything, so I guess I'll give them a call after I pick up the trailer and figure out what's going on. So, oh well, we'll see. Let's see. I still got. This didn't update yet. Oh well, not too long of a drive. 30 miles. Made it to the M&M factory here. It definitely smells like chocolate and chemicals, so we're at the right place. Basic procedure for coming here is obviously you gotta have your trailer washed out, open your right door, she'll inspect it, turn on the reefer, slide your tandems, sign for your paperwork, drop off the trailer wherever you can find an empty spot, and then pick up your loaded wherever you can find it. Somewhere in the middle of nowhere, everywhere, somewhere, and then exit through a different gate. So, not terrible, pretty standard M&M factory procedures, as I've been to one of these also in New Jersey and Georgia, so whoop-de freaking do, right? Trailer is good to go. Just gotta slide my tandems. There's a Love's a couple miles up the highway. Scale it there. Oh, nice. Look at that. A little bit of a older F-up trailer. That's embarrassing. Don't even, oh man, they don't even have it. Man, what a little turd. Can't have a nice trailer. Nope, don't even have the K over here. Jeez, what a disaster. How old is this turd? 2019, huh? Different logo letter numbers there too. Well, they even have a handy dandy truck scale here. 11, 30, and 34. So I'm going to have to turn around, wait for him to leave, and rescale. But this is nice. I'm still going to scale at a cat scale to get that official one, but at least here I can peacefully slide my tandems without worrying about shit show at a truck stop. A little heavier on the tandems, but nothing wrong with that. So scaled here, good to go. Tandems could maybe be slid back one more hole due to bridge length, but other than that, I don't really care. It's still legal, so I'm gonna roll with it. I've got about 2.5 hours left on my 70 for the day, so hopefully I'll make it, I don't know, maybe Corbin? I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm also going to attempt to call my dispatch one more time, now that I'm loaded, but I'm not too optimistic on that, so I guess we'll see what happens. Also, the fact that I took my nap, I feel much more awake, so oh well. So I successfully made it to the TA/pilot parking area. I actually was here the other day, yesterday. Plenty of parking here at the auxiliary lot, as you can see. Figured I'd stop here. Craving some Hardee's, so I'm gonna run across the street to get some. Take my break. And also, looks like the R&L is having a bit of an issue here. I don't know who or what. Someone fucked up and dropped it to where one of the landing gears is in that major pothole. So, good job, guys. You really messed that one up. Whoever did that really fucked up. That, yeah. But I was able to get in contact with my actual dispatcher, and I told her, you know, I'm probably going to make it to the Indianapolis area where my fuel stop is around 9 o'clock in the morning, because I'm just going to go ahead and do another 10-hour break, even though I'm starting next week or outside of guarantee pay, so it doesn't matter, but I figured might as well. So she was like, okay, we'll see if we get someone to reload it, or, you know, relay it or something. So we'll see. And I did say, you know, worst case scenario, Thursday night, Friday morning, so I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. But I'm in a better mood now that I can actually get some food and go back to sleep, because all I ate today was a bag of Cheez-Its, so I am slightly famished. Oof. Just after 3 in the morning, finished my pre-trip, just about to head out. I don't know what happened, because I ate and then I slept for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and then I woke up and I could not fall back asleep until maybe like 1 in the morning. So I got a nice cumulative 4 hours of sleep. Golly, awful, absolutely awful. And the worst part is I was like, yeah, I'll make it to Indianapolis by about 9. Shit. So that does not leave me any sort of room to take a nap. Actually, speaking of that, it's probably going to be a Red Bull morning. I already know that. Unfortunately, I hate doing it, but unfortunately, not the healthiest option, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. I guess it's good that I don't do it every day, all day. So you know, I just don't want to get addicted to the caffeine and, you know, all the unhealthy chemicals. And yes, I know I'm a smoker. Let's not get into that. All right, so let's go. Before I roll out, I do want to point out how it definitely filled up quite a bit. A lot of creative parking, as one can see. So I'm glad I got here when I did, and of course the fact that I picked a relatively decent parking spot, since over there it just looks like an absolute nightmare. So also, I'm not sure what this guy's doing. I flashed at him because I'm about to pull out, but he didn't stop, so that's not my problem. Made it to the clubs here in Sadieville for a quick restroom break and to replenish my snack foods, and another one of these for safety. I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. If they don't send me home or do a swap with me, then it'll look like I'll make it up to Joliet to drop this trailer, and that'll be pretty much everything that I can do for the day with my 70 hour. So that's okay. Not the end of the world. I don't know. If the big thing is, if they do end up wanting to swap me with someone, I just hope it doesn't, you know, it's not an all-day excursion waiting for someone. That's if that happens, that'll definitely make me mad. Like, you know, I'm sitting around all day waiting for someone to swap, and then I get home at like midnight. It's like, well, that's just a wasted day. And it's like, I know I'm not supposed to count the day I get home in terms of home time, which is fine, but in this scenario where I've been out for so long, you know, it would be nice to get home at least in the afternoon instead of like 11 o'clock or 3 in the morning. That doesn't even count either. So I'm gonna for the time being stay optimistic, but we'll see how quickly that fades. You know, my optimism did go up slightly since the beginning of this video, so that's something. But alright, time to get out of here. It's what, 6 in the morning. This place is busy as hell too. I mean, I guess that doesn't surprise me. Granted, I have slept here a few times before. So successfully made it to my fuel stop here. Already got fuel. Decided to go ahead and park here. As you can see, the lot is very empty at 10 o'clock in the morning. Someone left all their trash there. Nice. Also, I parked next to another KLLM truck. You can't really... Oh, there it is. Yeah. But I decided to park here. First of all, I called dispatch to see what they planned for me. So A, I'm waiting for them to give me a call back. Second of all, I decided I'm gonna go ahead and take a break here. Regardless of how this plays out, I will not have enough time to make it to the Joliet today on my 70. So it doesn't matter if I take a break, even if it's a split break right now or not. So, but on a side note, as I was driving on 275, that loops around Cincinnati and goes through Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana to 74, I actually got pulled into the weigh station, not even just in the bypass lane, but the actual scale lane, because of how unevenly my weight distribution was. And I'm not surprised it happened. You know, I was cleared to go after I stopped to fully scale, but you know, that's not surprising. And I believe I mentioned it earlier in the video that if your weights are super different, like on your drives and your tandems, then that will be something that can cause you to be brought into scale. You know, like my tandems were at 33 something and my drives were like at 30, I believe. So, I mean, I figured I wasn't surprised it happened. So, just more of a proof in the pudding or whatever. I don't know. Hell. So my dispatcher got hold of me and told me to go ahead and come to the yard so I can drop off this trailer. And then I'm not sure what the plan is from there. I don't know. Makes me a little nervous because, you know, by the time I get to the yard, I will not have any time on my 70 to do anything for the rest of the day. And I'm not sure if they have like a trailer I'll pick up from there and deliver tomorrow somewhere in this general area or Cincinnati or something or what. So we'll see. I'll be like, no, just bobtail back home. And it's like, yeah, great. I don't know. We will cross that bridge once we get there. But here's knocking on wood that I don't have any issues going to the yard, because it'll be, I mean, you know, the yard's only 130 miles away, so that should be just a touch over 2 hours. But there is construction on 65, and this portion of 65 is always a little bit of a nightmare, so I don't know, we'll see. I'm just sitting here waiting for my 30-minute to wrap up, because I got about just under 2 hours on that. So that means, yeah, it took about 6 hours to get here, which is what we expected. So successfully dropped off the trailer here at the yard. Luckily at the dispatch office, or local dispatch office, it was actually one of the guys that I like and get along with. So that was nice and refreshing. But unfortunately they are still trying to figure out what my plan is to get home. I guess they'll try to find a load for me to deliver tomorrow that's going southward somewhere, which, I mean, I get back, I'll have about 8 hours tomorrow to work with, so I'm not super concerned as long as it's like in the Indianapolis or Cincinnati area. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. As for now, I'm gonna eat. Also, I was in the construction down there going north on 65, where they were doing all that stuff right before the 65 crosses with 80 and 94. And you know, I was driving my slow ass safety first self in the left lane doing the speed limit, because A, speed limit is 55, B, trucks use left lane in that area, C, it was raining, and D, I didn't feel like getting a ticket, and E, because I recently just came from the South where everyone drives like a slow-ass slug. I'm still trying to get a little more accumulated with the fast pace that it is up here. So, and there were a ton of cops down south when I was there these past few days. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna really push it. I don't really care either. Not really on a huge times crunch either. So, but what was funny is I had my radio on and I heard a bunch of super truckers, or whatever you want to call them, obviously complaining about me. So, I would hear them ranting, and, of course, doing the standard either African, Indian, or Middle Eastern stereotype slurs that is pretty common. And finally, one of them passed by, and he was like, oh, it's a white dude, so he used the homosexual slur, because apparently that's what it all is. And I think I couldn't really tell because I wasn't really paying attention too much because I was listening to my other stuff, but I think he threw in some Eastern European slurs in there too, and I was like, well, I'm not gay, but I am Eastern European, so I guess he is technically halfway correct, though they all drive super crazy. So I don't understand why they would do all that, throw all that stuff, because typically all those other people are the ones that drive super crazy and recklessly anyways, so, whatever. But after he threw that one out and passed me, and he looked over, because I looked over while he was saying that, and I hop on, I'm like, guys, I'm just trying to do the speed limit here and safety first. And that definitely did shut them up. They didn't do anything after that. So what a nice community. Where's HR for this one? Because that is technically workplace harassment. That would not be tolerated in a standard office job with my previous experience, work life. But no HR out on the road. It's just yourself. You yourself gotta deal with these people. But I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny. It was comedic. It's a little rude, but. So it looks like they do have a load for me that someone's gonna pick up and bring to the yard later here tonight. So. Unfortunately, that means this is going to be a 3-parter. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. Hopefully this has been somewhat entertaining, at least to some degree. It just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? But anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one, though.